Come with me as I take you to some of the largest trees in the entire world, the Redwood National Forest. I'll take you up above the tree line and show you a couple family-friendly hikes as well. We will also explore the Northern California coast, and I'll take you to a place where over half of the beach is seaglass.
Welcome to VO's Travel. Where to go and what to see. With kids!
Redwood National and State Parks are located along the northern coast of California. There are two sections, both outlined here. The redwoods are the tallest trees in the world. Redwood National and State Parks is also unique in that the state of California and the National Park Service work together to take care of and control the redwoods. Redwood National and State Parks are always free to enter. The average redwood is about 250 feet tall with a width of 10 to 11 feet, and the tallest redwood is known to be 380 feet tall, while the widest redwood is 36 feet wide. It is also estimated to be 2,300 to 2,700 years old. This is how our family did the redwoods. We were starting from the north, coming from Oregon. We first drove to the Hiouchi Visitor Center, which was about a 20-minute drive from the California-Oregon border. It's one of the first visitor centers from the north end of the redwoods, so it's a great place to start. Just a little tip, I get all of my hike information from an app called alltrails. The first hike I recommend is the Stout Memorial Grove Trail. It's a 15-minute drive from the Hiouchi Visitor Center. The address 2904 Howland Hill Road will take you there. The hike is 3/4 of a mile long and should take 15 to 20 minutes and is a really easy hike. The next thing we did was Trees of Mystery. Trees of Mystery is not part of the National Park Service, but is kind of more of a touristy thing. But it is a must-do. It is located in Klamath, California, and there's the address that will take you there. There are a few things to do while at Trees of Mystery, and one of them is the Canopy Trail. The Canopy Trail is a system of 8 suspension bridges connected by 10 different platforms. It took our family about 45 minutes to walk this whole trail. Another attraction they have at Trees of Mystery is the skytrail. It's a gondola system that will take you about 600 feet high to the top of the redwoods. There's a great viewing platform once you get to the top, and it takes about 9 minutes to go up and another 9 minutes to go down. So depending on the line and how long you stay to view at the platform, it could take you anywhere from about a half hour to an hour to do the sky trail. Currently, the prices to get in are $20 per adult and $11 for kids 6 to 12. Ages 5 and under are free. They do have fun props to walk around and see, just like this huge Paul Bunyan and his babe ox they have located out front even before you enter Trees of Mystery. They even have a really great gift shop and all kinds of cute souvenirs. Just a 5 to 10 minute drive from Trees of Mystery is one of the 3 trees that you can drive through. This one is called Thru Tree, and it is located in Klamath, California. We were driving an RV, and unfortunately it didn't fit, but it does cost $5 for a car to drive through and only $1 to walk through it. We didn't have time to drive through either of these, but if you are interested in the other 2 trees, the first one is in Myers Flat, and that one costs $10. And the third one is the Chandelier Tree, that costs $10 as well, and is located in Leggett, California. After the tour through Tree, our next destination was the Drury Parkway. It is a scenic drive that is 10 miles long and is good for RVs. It's a paved road and is just 5 minutes south of the tour through Tree. When I zoom in here, you'll see the little name of that yellow road pop up, and that's the drive that you'll want to go on. It takes about 20 to 30 minutes to drive the whole thing. If you are in the mood for a really quick hike, about 3/4 of the way down the Drury Parkway is a small parking lot that will take you on a trail to see Big Tree. It's only 1/3 of a mile long and should take about 8 to 10 minutes. It takes you to a tree that is 1,500 years old and is 286 feet tall. It also has a diameter of 24 feet. By this time of day, our family was ready for dinner. We did pull off on a little side road and found a really cute area to park our RV, where I decided to stop and just make dinner since there wasn't any restaurants really around the area. While I was making dinner, I gave my kids a job to go out and explore with my husband and find their very favorite tree. They had so much fun doing that.
This is my favorite.
Why is it your favorite?
Oh, and the bark is off.
Look how twisty. Ooh, that's a cool one. Can you show me? Show me.
Back to what?
The frog. Let's go.
No, it ran in a little hill.
Oh. Whoa. You can go in there? Oh my goodness. Big.
If it's
After exploring and eating our dinner, we decided to go on one last hike for the day. We did the Lady Bird Johnson Grove Trail, which was about 1 1/3 mile long and took a little over a half hour. It's about 5 minutes south of the end of the Drury Parkway. You turn left on Bald Hills Road and drive down just a couple minutes until you see the parking lot. This is what it will look like in the AllTrails app that I love to use. That highlighted red area is the trail. "20 minutes south of the Lady Bird Johnson Grove is Patrick's Point State Park, and that's where we stayed the night. I suggest you do too. It was beautiful. There are 3 different loops of campground sites at Patrick's Point, and we chose to stay at Agate. The sites were really secluded and beautiful, and were super close to the Agate Beach Trail that we chose to do that night at sunset. It's just a half a mile down and back, but pretty steep. To get there, you go to the end of the drive of the campground, and there you will find a small parking lot. This is what it looks like from a satellite view. At the end of the parking lot, you'll find a little trail that is labeled, and you will go down from there. It's pretty steep at times, but it is a pretty smooth path. However, right before you get to the beach, there are some stairs and this little ladder trail, if you will, that takes you down to the beach. So there is a little bit of climbing involved. That's a hill that you'll come down, but it's so worth it when you get down there. It was gorgeous. And the ocean was pretty rough that night, but it was really cool to just step back and watch the sunset over the ocean. And although the walk back up was a little steep and took our breath away, it was completely worth the time. The next morning, we got up and headed to the Avenue of the Giants. To get there, you'll take exit 674 off of Highway 101 and head south. It's a 30-mile stretch of road that you do have to drive a little slower on, but RVs are welcome. They say it'll take at least 2.5 hours to do the drive. You do have to drive slow, and you'll probably want to pull off and take pictures and just hang out and walk around a bit. But just look at the scenery. You could easily spend a half day going down Avenue of the Giants. Next on our agenda was to head 2 hours south to Glass Beach in Fort Bragg, my son's heaven. You go to 398 West Elm Street, and that will take you close to the beach. We did find plenty of free on-street parking on Glass Beach Drive. And once you get there, head down the path, and it will look like a normal beach until you get close to the water. And then you will see the glass. So much sea glass. Like I said, my gem-loving son was in heaven. There were all kinds of colors: green, blue, purple, red, amber, clear, you name it.
We are at Glass Beach and we're looking for glass.
Ready? What colors?
Green, brownish, amber, clear ones.
The best time to go is at low tide, so make sure you check the tide charts before you head that way. It was a gorgeous place to just hang out, even if you weren't looking for sea glass. And just a little tip, there were lots of little land squirrels crawling around in the grass. They didn't hurt anybody, and this girl was actually feeding them, but they were kind of creepy, in my opinion. But don't let that deter you from this beach. You have to go. For dinner that night, we found a place that had amazing fish and shrimp called Noyo Fish Company. You sat outside and ordered your meal at a window, and they brought it out to you. And in my daughter's words, the food was
glorious,
as was the view of the bay. That night, we stayed in the coolest place ever. It's called the Damme State Park Beach Parking Lot. Not the actual state park campground, but the parking lot. You can park there and stay overnight. You'd pay $45 and you just pay at a little kiosk across the street from the parking lot. It was so cool to literally park inches from the beach where we could hang out and watch the sunset all night. This spot was a quick 15-minute drive from Fort Bragg. Thank you so much for coming along with us on our little 2-day itinerary of the Redwood National and State Parks, as well as Fort Bragg, and checking out Glass Beach. It was such a fun time, and the kids really loved both things, even though they were complete night and day different. If you haven't already, make sure to check out our video about our 2-day stint on the Oregon coast, complete with the Goonie film locations. As a fun little test, I'd like to see who all stays with me to the end of my videos, so would you please comment Goonies down below? And also, I'd really appreciate your subscription. And as always, remember to choose joy and take all of the pictures.